wonderful day and welcome to your favorite personality program, The Stewardship. My name is David Ojo, and today we have a guest that will be talking about what is happening in his ministry. My guest today on Stewardship is the Commissioner for Water Resources and Energy, Dr. Tadese Amidu Rohim. Dr. Tadese, you're welcome to the Stewardship.
Thank you.
All right, there's this slogan of yours, water is life and energy supports life. How does this translate to an ordinary indigent in the state of Osun?
Well, ordinarily, people just take water for granted. We don't know the importance. Majority of people that are using water doesn't know the importance of water. But let me tell you one thing. If you ask people in medicine, they will tell you that more than 70% of our body structure consists of water. That's to show the importance of water. That what we need most after air is water. And as for energy, you know, when we are able to do what we are doing now because there is power. Once there's no energy, you will not be able to do anything. So those two are very germane to human life. So this is that's the reason why we are saying in this ministry that water is life and energy supports life.
All right, let's talk about some of the agencies under you. We have RWESA, we have Water Corporation, and the rest. What has been the achievement so far?
And apart from RWESA, apart from Water Corporation, we have STOWASA, Small Towns Water and Sanitation Agency, and Water Regulatory Commission.
Let's talk about the achievements.
Right.
Let's start with RWESA.
RWESA? Majorly, RWESA is meant to provide water in rural areas, most especially in communities with less than 10,000 population. And since the coming of this administration, we've been able to provide services in most of our rural areas. And even during COVID, RWESA as an agency has been the forefront for the provision of sanitation equipment and training. And you remember that just about a year ago, precisely in 2021, the state government, we did the flag off of our open free defecation, where the First Lady, Mrs. Oyetola, was decorated as Southwest Ambassador for open defecation. This is a result of our achievement in that area. It is only this state that has been able to record one local government, that's the federal local government, has open defecation free in the entire Southwest. And hopefully, before the end of this year, we hope 2 other local government areas will join them. That is Ayidade and Udoti. So apart from that, during 2020, when COVID pandemic broke out, the agency was the forefront on the training of people on how to wash hands, how to maintain distance. They went throughout the length and breadth of the state, from one town to the other, at the major motor parks and schools, to educate our citizens on the best way to prevent the spread of COVID-19.
Looking at COVID-19, before COVID-19, there is this campaign, especially in RWESA, about washing of hands. Do they foresee that there's going to be COVID-19 or what?
Yes, they don't foresee it. You know, COVID-19 came at a time that everybody was not even thinking about it. But the rudiment in health is that for you to maintain healthy living, you just have to be washing your hands regularly. You shake hand, you pick things unknowingly. You use your hand to rub your body, and in those processes, one way or the other, your hand might have been contaminated. So, and it is the same hand that we use to take food. So for you to not to take contaminated things to your body, you need to have it at the back of your mind that oftenly you need to be washing your hand so that you'll be able to maintain a clean head.
So what campaign are you doing to make sure that this is totally eradicated, especially in the rural area?
You mean?
You know, this open defecation of a thing, washing of hands, to make sure, what kind of campaign are you doing to make sure that...
we are not even limited to campaign. We are doing it ourselves. And we are supported by the First Lady, Alaja Oyetola. And that's the reason why she's decorated as the ambassador in the Southwest. The Minister of the Federal Ministry of Water Resources and the staff are aware of the good work she's doing. She traveled around the nooks and crannies of the state to teach them how to do it. She was in the forefront at Ifedayo local government. In fact, she contributed a lot to make sure that Ifedayo, being a rural local community, is the first local government to declare open defecation free. And she's not relenting. Even during COVID period, she went around, she went to Ijigbo, to Egbedore and some other local government areas to do the same thing. So on that, we are hoping that very soon, Ayedade and Dudote will be totally declared as open defecation free.
Well, let's talk about one of your strengths now.
Yeah.
Water. How is water?
Water is left. I told you initially that without water, everybody rely on water. You can have a lot to take food, but you cannot do without water. Sometimes when you are even fasting, when you want to break your fast, the first thing you'll be looking for is liquid. Either you take Coke or whatever, or you take orange. It's water. So the administration of Boyega Oyetola has been doing a lot in this area. First of all, let me tell you that the last time that any tangible work was done on waterworks was in 1987. That was when the new Ede Works was established. And since the establishment of new Ede Works, no meaningful repairs have been carried out. Before the present administration was sworn in 2018, the government of the state of Osun embarked on Ilesa Water Works. The agreement was signed, the flag off was done in December 2017. So, and this government takes off in November 2018. So between December 2017 that the flag off was carried out and November 2018 that this government was sworn in, there was practically little job that was done. Even some of the contractors were yet to be mobilized. It is only when this government came on board that the contractors were fully mobilized to site. And to glory of God, about 5 components of the Ilesa Water project, 4 of the components have been 100% completed. The transmission means from Kajola to Ilesa is 100% completed. The reservoir is about 90% completed. And the transmission station, the substation, is almost completed as well. It is only the treatment plant that we are working on it. And we had issue on the treatment plant. The issue we have on it is not about our failure, but as a result of the emergence of COVID-19.
Okay.
When we came on board in 2019, we went over the places. When we got there, the intake was okay. Enough water was there, very pure, but as a result of mining activities, everything has been polluted. So for that reason, there is need to do another design of the treatment plant. to be able to treat the impurity.
So how far have you gone about that?
We are on it.
Okay.
We are on it, and hopefully.
How long will that take?
The design and construction will take minimum of 18 months.
Okay.
So we hope that before December 2023, the whole thing must have been completed.
Well,
So,
okay.
And the bank has graciously extended our loan facility to December 2023. They are aware of this problem, and they know definitely we just have to do something to curtail it.
All right, now that we've talked about Elisha Waterworks,
Project.
let's talk about Engr Waterworks. How far? How well?
Thank you. Before this administration came on board, Engr Waterworks and some other waterworks were in samples. Ila, Onya, they were not working. But we've been able to revive them. I can tell you that as I'm talking to you now, in Iwo, water has been extended from waterworks to Olaluwa local government, to Toto and Ikege in Olaluwa local government. And water has been extended to Ile-Igbo in Ajidri local government. In the past, Iwo waterworks used to serve the 3 local governments, Iwo, Ajidri, and Olaluwa. But before the coming of this administration, the waterworks was not even serving any part of Iwo local government. But between then and now, we've been able to do a lot of repairs on pipes, on pumps, and some other things. So as I'm talking to you, the people, at least average people within the catchment area, is enjoying water supply. So the same thing with Ede.
Okay.
Before the coming of this administration, Erin Osun, Ifon, Rolu, and Ilobu was totally cut off.
Okay.
And in Osogbo here, sawmill area, Ọjà Ọlọ́dẹ market, and some other areas, they were unable to access water. But to the glory of God, the Adegboyega administration has been able to restore water to all those areas. We are even thinking of expanding beyond those places. You know, when those waterworks were established in the 60s, in the 50s and 60s, the network, the coverage area was limited to the main town.
Okay.
And no extension has been done since then. But
have you been able to extend it right now?
Yes, in the one, for instance, we've been able to extend it to Odori area. Okay. And Osogbo, we are planning to extend to Hallelujah and some other areas. Okay. We are working on it right now. So that before the end of this first term of Boyega Yetola, we'll be able to supply water to some other part of Osogbo, apart from the initial coverage area.
All right, if you're just joining us, we are speaking with the Commissioner for Water Resources and Energy, Dr. Tadese Amidu Rohim. And he's been telling us about some of the achievements the ministry has made so far. He has also told us some of the challenges that the ministry is facing. And we will definitely ask how far the ministry has gone in the area of making sure that the IGR of the state moves on. All right, we've just talked about Ede Waterworks, and you've made us to understand that the ministry is doing a lot to make sure that that place works as well. Let's talk about energy now. What has been your success story in the area of energy?
Thank you for that question. So far, so good. Before the coming on board of Boyega Yetola's administration, Ife South local government, the entire Ife South local government, was in total blackout. So what? To God be the glory. We are presently working in that area to restore their Tier 3 KV line. The origin of their problem was traced to when they were in the entire state. It was only that local government that got their energy supply from Benin electricity distribution. Whereas the rest part of the state get it from IBDC in Ibadan. So we now realize that before the power gets from Benin to Undo, by the time it gets to Ife South, it will be very little. It can't even charge ordinary set. So we've decided to link them up with IBDC so that the entire state will be captured within Ibadan electricity distribution line. So we did flag off sometimes around October last year.
So what has been the
more than
level?
70% of the job has been done. You can go there yourself and see it. We've erected several poles. We are stringing wires, and we hope probably very soon we will invite Mr. Governor to come and commission it.
Are you just putting poles, or is there light or electricity or energy on it?
We are putting, that's where we are going. That's our objective. But you know, there's a process. You cannot just get it just like that. You have to start from digging of hole, putting the electric poles, then stringing of wires, then you electrify it. So existing new transformer will even be installed. We've prepared area where they are going to be installed. So it's almost done. We are only waiting to do one or two things and get everything completed. So we invite Mr. Governor to commission it. Likewise, if not local government, their main substation was damaged about 7 months ago. So the community appealed to Mr. Governor, and Mr. Governor has released the entire money for the repair of that thing. As I'm talking to you now, the contractor will be resuming this morning to commence work at Muro in Ife North local government.
That's fantastic.
So the administration is not leaving his people behind. He's doing everything possible to make them happy. He's doing everything possible to make them economically purposeful, so that at the end of the day, they will have reason for having that government.
All right. There's this, the office of the Ocean Civic Engagement. Their media team went out to some of the rural areas, and most of the things that they are asking is electricity and water. In fact, water happens to be very germane in one of the things that they are asking. What are you doing to make sure that there is water, especially in the rural areas?
Thank you for that question. In rural areas, there are two main sources of water. It can be, we can provide water through dam when it is urban, but for rural, we can only provide through borehole. The cost of putting up dam water is highly exorbitant. Take for instance, this is a water project. It's governing the state around over $100 million. So, but for borehole, it is a bit less. And we have been trying to do it, but it cannot be done at the same time. It has to be one after the other. In fact, we've touched virtually all the local governments. Recently, we provided about 120 boreholes, different types, motorized, ordinary, in 3 local government areas of Iriwoli, Ife South, and Borikpe local government. And we are planning to do the same thing in Olaoluwa, Irepodun, and Atakumas and local government areas. So, aside that, we are not doing the ordinary borehole. we are doing sanitation as well. We are putting up toilet facilities in most of these communities.
Can you mention some of this?
Irewale, Ife South, and even in Osobo.
Okay.
We provided sanitation facilities in some of your markets, in some of the markets here. So,
all right, let's look at the state government has expended a lot, especially in this ministry, looking at all that you have said so far. The Iwo Water Works, the Ede, the Ilesha, what will be the economic value in the states?
Iwo, Ede, and Ilesha, they are not on the same pitch. Ilesha is incoming. We are working on it. It's a 60,000 capacity. Ede is the largest. It's 120,000. That was established in 1987, as I told you earlier. We are trying to expand the scope of its service. Presently, it serves 12 local government areas. Ayedadi, Ife North, Ife East, Ife Central, Ede South, Ede North, Egbedore, Rekpodon and Rolu, Usugba, and other local governments. While Iwo Water Works that was established in 1952 serve only Iwo, Ayedri, and other local governments. The problem with these water works, Iwo and Ede, we cannot be talking about Ilesha now because it's yet to start production. It's only after completion that we can be talking about its economic value.
Okay.
So in Iwo and Ede, that will be producing, like I told you earlier, the coverage area was limited to the main towns in those days.
Now that you've extended it.
Now that we've extended, no government between then and now has been taking of expansion. It's only this administration that we are not talking about expansion. And it can be done, like I said, it can be done in a day. When we want to do expansion, we have to do a lot of study. One, you have to look at the equipment that produces water at the water works. Will the equipment be sufficient enough to produce additional water that you want to supply to some other areas? So it's not only about extending pipes. By the time you be extending pipes, you'll be thinking on how to upgrade the equipment so that it will be able to perform the additional function you are putting on it.
Any area that you are helping the government to encourage or improve the IGR of the state?
Well, we are trying that area. We are presently planning to introduce mentoring. We know a lot of people are owing, they will not come up to pay. And it's difficult going around the entire town to collect money. In some cases, along the line, you get sort change or something of that nature. But when there's metering, you know what you consume and you pay beforehand. You pay just like telecom service.
Right.
You pay beforehand, and once your money is exhausted, you don't have that service again. So we are trying to introduce that. In Ilesha, it is part of the project. Ilesha will be equipped with prepaid meters. Right. Once we commence operation, you just have to pay before you can access our water. So we are trying to introduce that aspect into the existing water works.
So no more cheating.
Nobody will be able to
from
cheat.
the government,
Of
especially
course,
on water.
Of course. You just have to pay before you access it.
Honorable Commissioner, it's nice having a chat with you today on our program, Stewardship. We know that anytime we call upon you to tell us some of the achievements of your ministry, you'll always be at the beck and call for us to call.
You'll always be welcome.
All right, that is how far we can go on today's edition of Stewardship. We've been talking to the Honorable Commissioner for Water Resources and Energy, Dr. Tadese Amidu Rohim, and he's been giving us the achievements, the projection, and how far the government has done and the ministry has done so far. This program was proudly organized by the Office of the Civic Engagement, led by Honorable Olatubosun Oyintiloye. My name is David Ojo. See you next week and bye for now.